Hey guys, so this has become more of a wishful thinking video, like maybe Epic will see this and then tweet out, due to a last minute critical error we discovered, the live event will be postponed until further notice, and then they'll code this into the game. But regardless, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna post it because there's a 0.001% chance I am correct, and then I'll be able to say I called it. If you did not know, there is another live event similar to the rocket event and cube melting event that will be taking place tomorrow, Sunday, November 5th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have not witnessed one of these, it's pretty crazy. I've not watched one in person yet, but I was viewing streams of the last two, and the rocket event completely blew my mind. Epic goes over and above what you'd expect in a game with these things. Somehow synchronized across all servers, all games, no matter at what point in the round you're at, there is a massive game-changing live event that is usually extremely cinematic and utilizes a large portion of the map. It's a super cool idea because it draws a ton of hype and a ton of people into the game for its exclusivity, and it creates this really cool atmosphere where for a brief moment everyone, or well, most of the people, realize it's just a game about having fun. The guns are put away for the most part, and players who were once at war with each other group up for a second to witness something crazy. There's always that one player that just wants to see the world burn, or maybe is completely clueless that an event is happening right now, but usually everyone's pretty good about policing the situation and eliminating those people. Seriously, the first event like this blew my mind. Imagine what it's like in real life when you throw a little picnic or tailgate party to watch a professional fireworks show around a whole ton of people. Everyone comes together and hangs out for that brief event. That's what it's like, but within a round of Battle Royale. Super weird, I know. Anyway, I got really carried away for a second. Back to the topic at hand. What is going to happen when the cube shatters? For a while, there were a couple of streamers I was watching that were talking about how game-changing it was going to be when Epic adds a new material or type of build to the game. How there would be an explosion of new strategies and techniques to learn, and Fortnite has proven they're not above making literally any change imaginable to this game. So when the cube showed up late season 5, I was like, dude, I wonder if this is going to be that new material type. It almost looks like some sort of resource you would harvest in StarCraft or something. Again, Fortnite has a well-defined brand that can somehow still accommodate any theme whatsoever, so adding a sci-fi-ish material wouldn't be a stretch for them. They already have every realistic material in the game. I mean, what else could they add? Cardboard, carbon fiber, pool noodles, I don't know. But that's where my mind went anyway. Then the Fortnitemares thing came along and I was like, okay, I'm totally off on this. This was just something to justify spawning zombies into the game. However, hear me out, there are still a few things that could point to a new material. Here's what I think. When the cube was first on the map, you could land on it and it acted sort of like a bounce pad. You'd bounce off of it. Then it melted into the lake and the entire lake became a giant bounce pad. Now fast forward a tiny bit and Epic removes bounce pads from the game. So my running theory is that this is going to become a new material that is much more rare. Maybe it'll only be found on islands in the lake or something. It has a much higher health to material ratio than anything else. So like it takes a lot of effort to farm up even a little bit, but it can be used to build any structure just like any other material. However, anything built with it will be bouncy. Just imagine the strats. Instead of needing to build the right surface and then place a bounce pad, you could just switch to the cube material and build away. The plays people could make with something like that would be crazy. I mean, I could picture the clips right now of pro players trolling noobs inside an entirely bouncy 1x1. And if you're in casual lobbies, maybe the meta would be to just have one material type other than the cube material so that you can instantly switch between normal and bouncy builds. I don't know, the whole idea just gets me excited thinking about it, and what further backed my theory was the fact that they randomly took away bounce pads but added gliders. If you remember, bouncing off the cube did not make you immune to fall damage, unlike bounce pads did. You would bounce off the cube and die. So this new bouncy material would again not make you immune to fall damage, but you would have a glider to compensate for that. And then there was a bunch of backlash about the gliders, and they announced balloons, which got me thinking, okay, this is a way for them to negate the fall damage of the bouncy builds without being too OP. However, now that I've used the balloons, they take a little bit long to deploy, and on top of it, it looks like the gliders are here to stay for a while anyways. So I'm back to just wishful thinking at this point. In addition to all that, the game files for this event all have butterfly in the name, which would allude to something else. Also, the cube cracked quite a bit more this morning and some big teardrop shaped thing dripped out into the lake. So most likely I'm entirely off on this one. It's nearly impossible to predict the things Epic does because they have such a wild imagination, but in the 0.0001% chance I'm correct, I'll get to say I called it. What do you guys think is going to happen when the cube cracks? Do you have any cool plans to watch it? It sounds like you will be unable to witness the event in playground mode. You will have to match into a solo, duo, or squad BR round, which both kind of bums me out, but at the same time, I get it. It's a really fun experience watching it mid-round with 100 other people. That's it for today's video though. I will see you guys in the next one.